Okay, hi. Welcome to Solomon's Porch. My name is Ben. You might be asking yourself, what is this place and why are we here? Well, this is a church. We're called Solomon's Porch. We've been around for 12 years. We have a variety of activities throughout the week, but one of which is engaging with the community. So we're very happy to have you here with us tonight. A couple of housekeeping things, if you could, you've already done, but if you could make sure that there's room for people to sit next to you if there's more space or more people coming in, that's great. Bathrooms are downstairs, and yeah, we're glad you're here and wish the best to everyone. So thanks.
Good evening. My name is Alice Mormon, and I'm here representing the League of Women Voters of Minneapolis, and I will be moderating the forum this evening. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan political organization founded in 1920. Our mission is to inform all voters and to encourage civic participation. Although League supports positions, it does not endorse political candidates or any political party. The League of Women Voters now welcome both men and women as members, and if you'd like to learn more, we have information on a table back there. Rustling papers makes noise here. This year, with ranked choice voting as our election option, it is important to know something about all of the candidates, because you will have the opportunity to rank your top 3 choices in the election for mayor. And that election is on November 5th, and because there will be no primary election in September to narrow the field. So thank you for coming. It helps you know who the candidates for mayor are. I will do my best to ensure that tonight's forum is moderated fairly and competently. And now I'd like to go over the rules that the candidates received and accepted and that apply to tonight's forum. First of all, no campaign banners, signs, literature, or other campaign paraphernalia are allowed. I know some of the supporters had buttons, and I asked them to take them off so that it's a neutral forum here. The first order of speaking has been determined because the candidates drew numbers. And then following their beginning talks, the questions will come to them in a random order because of a predetermined grid that I'll be working with. Written questions will be taken from the audience, and cards have been handed out, and they will be collected throughout the forum. So if you don't have a question right now, I see one right now. So raise your hand, as that gentleman did, and they will be collected by our ushers. League of Women Voters reserves the right to screen questions. Our intention is to, in good faith, to select questions that represent the interests expressed by the members of our audience, and all questions become the property of the League of Women Voters. Time limits on responses will be strictly observed. A timekeeper, well, there she is, will hold up cards that will be visible to the candidates, indicating how much time they have left. And when the stop card is shown, the candidate must stop, but you can complete your sentence. I have the responsibility of enforcing the time limits, and I have the authority to interrupt the proceedings to enforce the ground rules and format that were agreed to by the candidates. Candidates will not be allowed to bring notes or props or use a smartphone or a tablet. So if you have a smartphone, don't bring it out, okay? We don't know what's on the other end of that smartphone. And also, candidates have agreed not to use debate clips from this evening's forum in their campaign ads. And now I just want to review our timetable. We will begin with the candidates in the order that they have are seated to give their opening statements up to 2 minutes. And following that, we will have questions from the audience. And that'll go until about 7:45. And then at 7:45, we will have what we call a lightning round. And I'll explain how that goes before it happens. And then at 8 o'clock, we're scheduled to close the forum, but that will give you an opportunity to also meet the candidates and to maybe ask that question that you didn't have asked in the regular questions. So, any questions among the candidates? Okay. We will start in the order where people are seated and for your opening remarks.
Okay, I'm off to a good start. Thank you very much. First of all, I'll say getting out of that chair is a little challenging, so we may want to pass the microphone around. Thank you very much to Councilmember Glidden for arranging this evening, and for Solomon's Porch for hosting us, and to the League of Women Voters for being our moderators this evening. I'm Jackie Cherry Holmes, and I'm running for mayor of Minneapolis. I'm running because I want to make Minneapolis a city that works for everyone. A city with vibrant and engaged citizens, a city where business and labor are partners with each other, a city with a can-do spirit. With all of that, Minneapolis can be even stronger. I know Minneapolis's challenges. We all know what those challenges are. But I'm interested in moving forward on our opportunities. I'm going to build Minneapolis into a city where our property taxes pay for what we get. We get good value for our property taxes. A city that is safe and secure. A city where we have a vibrant economy, both in our neighborhoods and in downtown. A city where our residents are housed and where our residents are working. But most importantly, a city where everyone is welcome and everybody is valued. I've lived in Minneapolis all my life. I grew up in South Minneapolis. I now live in North Minneapolis. I truly, truly love and am committed to this city. It's gotten the best of me for all of my life. I've demonstrated the ability to bring people together, from labor to business, throughout the neighborhoods of our city. I've worked with labor people, I've built housing, I've created jobs, I've given the best to this city. I believe that I can be a strong mayor for our city because I have the skills, the abilities, the commitment, and the experience to lead our city into the future, a city that works for everyone. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Cam Winton. I am a husband, a father, a homeowner in the Fulton neighborhood, and a business leader in the renewable energy world. I'm running for mayor because I love our city. Just take a moment and soak in this scene. We all have so many things going on in our lives, and we all came here tonight in this beautiful, remarkable space to talk about the future of the city that together we all love, to chart this next chapter. This is just one example of why I love our city so much. And I'm running for mayor to build on all that's great about it, while at the same time bringing a fresh set of eyes to the challenges we face. This is a great event because you're going to hear from a lot of different candidates for mayor, and the other candidates are good folks who've worked hard to make our city better. But with great respect to them, I would point out that I am coming from a different background than their background. Together, the other candidates have 54 years in government. That's not my background. I'm coming from the private sector. My colleagues and I, all 120 of us, built a wind turbine maintenance company, providing services to wind turbines across the country and around the world. We sold that company a few months ago to the largest energy company in the United States in a deal that preserved the jobs of all 120 employees and enabled all to share in the benefits of the sale. As mayor, I would draw on that background to provide the essential services of government effectively, to make it easier for companies to start here and hire our citizens and grow here and hire more of our citizens. And I would draw on that background to make sure that every single resident of our city enjoys opportunities to thrive, most importantly by making sure that our schools put our students first. My name's Cam Winton, and I look forward to the discussion tonight. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and it's great to be here and to see you all in this wonderful space. I thought this is the plushest cage match I've ever been in. And thanks to Councilmember Glidden, who I'm glad is not in the race because you're such a great council member. But I'm Don Samuels, and I'm running for the office of mayor. And I'm the one person you will not hear say, I grew up here and I went to school down the street. I have the misfortune of not having had that. But you will hear that I came to America with $83 and a clear vision of the possibilities for my life. And I spent 30 years or so in the toy industry, having to create products from nothing. That's how my life has gone. So I've had to have a clear vision for the future. I have a clear vision for the children of this city, that every child can be educated to their highest potential, and that there is no excuse for failure, that effort is not enough, outcomes are what's important. I have a clear vision that everybody can be safe in our city, and that the child can play in their yard, grandma can walk to church, someone can bike to work without ever worrying that they are not safe. And I have a clear vision that we can create a vibrant economy that attracts vibrant industries to hire educated people who will create the great future that our city can be. I hope you support me in my bid to be mayor of the city of Minneapolis. Thank you.
Thank you, Don, and thank you to the League, Councilmember Glidden, and everybody else who had a role in putting this forum together tonight. It's an important thing, running for the mayor of the city of Minneapolis. And I'm running because I love our community. Yes, I was born here. I was raised here. I raised my children here. I went to public schools here. I started my business here. I ran for office here 5 times and never lost an election. And I'm running because I have a unique blend of skills to make a great city greater. I am running for several reasons. First, we're going to make Minneapolis the greenest city in North America to guarantee our future prosperity. Next, we're going to work with our children and honor our children with preschool, during school, after school programs so that they can succeed and get jobs that contribute to our economy later in life. And third, I am going to take my experience as a business person. I am a business person with 14 years experience making payroll, building a green marketing company, all green all the time. And I'm going to work with the private business community and the workers who work for their companies to make our city prosperous and to build tax base and to build jobs and to increase our population. Running for mayor of Minneapolis is a job like no other. It requires very unusual skill sets. I think I have those skill sets. Number one, anybody who knows me knows that I'm an innovator, I will work hard, and I will talk more about the issues because I think I've run out of time. Thank you.
They said we could finish our sentences if we run out of time, but I think that was a run-on sentence. I'm Gary Schiff, and I want to thank everybody for being here today, and especially I want to thank former Mayor Sharon Sills Belton. Thank you for your leadership for all the years stewarding our city. Thank you so much. I'm running for mayor of Minneapolis because I believe that we have an opportunity to help small businesses grow and our neighborhoods grow stronger. I grew up the youngest of 6 kids in a middle-class family that was steeped in Union heritage. I was taught the values of hard work, education, and the importance of helping others. And I'm a product of the public schools and a proud graduate of the University of Minnesota. I love our city. I love our diverse neighborhoods. I love our arts economy. I love that you can walk down the street and feel safe when you know the people in your neighborhood. And I love our culture of locally owned, independent small businesses. As mayor, I will put Minneapolis first by making sure that city residents get jobs on city projects. I will put a focus on closing our disparities with an emphasis on early childhood investment so that we can shatter the cycle of poverty that is keeping so many children from achieving their fullest potential. Because I believe in the most progressive city in America, every neighborhood can make progress. And I ask for your vote. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Betsy Hodges. I am running for mayor, and I want to thank Councilmember Glidden and the League of Women Voters and Solomon's Porch for putting this together tonight. And I have to say, you guys look really great, and it's standing room only, which is fantastic. And I've had the opportunity to talk with folks all across the city for many years now. And what I find is that we all want pretty much the same thing. We want a prosperous, unified city that works. And in general, that's what we've been getting these last few years. The resident survey indicates that, and I'm really proud of the role I've played in making that happen. Minneapolis is poised, better than almost any other city in the country, to weather and prosper in this economic recovery as it happens. I'm running for mayor because I'm a leader with experience who can bring people together and unite Minneapolis around a strong progressive agenda that will create jobs, that will make sure all our kids are thriving, that will make sure our neighborhoods are safe for our families, and that will make Minneapolis the greatest city of the 21st century. And I ask for your support.
Hi, my name is Jim Thomas. I am running for mayor and I'm seeking your support. I was born in Minneapolis at Swedish Hospital, and I can even be Don. I had no money in my pocket when I arrived in Minneapolis. There were $83 ahead of me. I'm a teacher and I've been a coach, and I actually see another cross-country coach in the room here. I raised my kids here in Minneapolis, and they went to public school. And I work as a special ed teacher, and I have a unique vision and knowledge of the workings of the public school, and there's some some discussion I think I really want us to have, especially regarding the charter schools, regarding class sizes, regarding testing. You know, and some of the folks have really emphasized their expertise in business, and I think when I'm mayor, I'll hire some of these people as consultants to help us do these things. So let's see, what else is going on here? Well, this is my first race. I've never run for office before. I'm getting up there in years, and I'm willing to take a few risks. I am a team player. I love my job. I love my colleagues. I think the city, the school board and the superintendent are working their tail off to make things successful, but I want to be part of the process. I think out the box. I'm, as you can tell, maybe a little creative and can think on my feet a little bit. And so I think I can bring a unique voice to Minneapolis, and I ask for your support. Thank you very much.
Now we'll take it over so that each of the candidates will be able to answer your questions, and the order will be this random grid. And so I'll read the question, and if I have to repeat it along the way, I'm happy to do that. The first person to answer this question is Don, and then I'll tell you after Don who gets to answer. I don't know if you want to use the mic or whatever. Anyway, the question is, Hennepin County asked to increase the amount of garbage burned at HERC. Hennepin, you guys, you know, Energy Recovery Center. Thank you. What is your position regarding usage at HERC?
Well, we're all concerned about our environment, and this is a facility that was built and proven to burn garbage clean. And I think that if we have objective analysis of the gases or the fumes that come out of this facility, then we make our decisions based on facts. I don't think any of us should be making decisions based on political expediency or fears. We just get good information by objective sources, and then we make our decisions based on that.
And the next person to answer is Betsy.
Wow. That's how much energy I have. I understand why the HERC exists. I understand what it does. For folks who don't know, it's a place that we take our garbage instead of the landfill and we burn it. My position is I don't think we should increase the amount that we're burning at the HERC, bottom line. I do understand that there are arguments being made that the particulate emissions are acceptable. I disagree. And increasing them to a higher level, that is the level of emissions that I just disagree. I don't think that is the sensible way to proceed here in the city. I think what we need to do is redouble our efforts on recycling and reducing our waste level. And I think here in the city what we can do is encourage our recycling program and move toward a zero waste city. So to answer the question, I don't support increasing the amount we're burning at the HERC.
Do you want to pass it to Gary?
I believe in the right to breathe clean air. And I think a choice between burying and burning is a false choice. The choice should be on reducing our waste. And as mayor, I would sponsor a zero waste planning initiative, like many other cities across the country, to reduce the amount of waste that we are generating. That is the only way we can move forward and become truly a sustainable green city. I do not support the expansion of the HERC burner. The plume models show that it will impact negatively children from the lowest income neighborhoods in the city of Minneapolis, where particulate matters contribute directly to the rates of asthma that we see right now in inner city neighborhoods. We should not expand this facility. It's coming up on 30 years of age. Now is the time to ask ourselves, how do we get out of the false dilemma of burying versus burning?
Do you want to pass it to Cam?
I also do not support increasing the capacity at the Herc burner, but I'd like to make 3 points that haven't been made yet. First, it is insulting to our community, to every resident of our city, that the company that has the contract for the Herc burner, the company that makes money taking our garbage and burning it there, would even come to the city council, as they've done, and ask for permission to increase the amount of burning and therefore emissions without first doing an environmental impact study. They're coming and they're asking to put junk in our children's lungs before they've even completed the study to see how much junk they're asking. That's insulting. And as mayor, I'd go tell them to pound sand. The second point is that I have lived in my business life clean air. Wind power is not perfect, but no power source is. And I'm proud of the work that my colleagues and I have done to make wind-generated electricity cost competitive and reliable. I'm out of time. I'll share the third another time.
Could you pass it to Mark, please?
The HERC was built for 2 reasons. The first is the legislature mandated the county get out of the landfills because all of the landfills were leaching toxins into the groundwaters. The solution at that time was to create a system that allowed us to actually generate energy, to actually generate alternative, renewable energy, displacing. This is the biggest and most successful alternative energy project in the history of the state. That facility generates 30 megawatts of electricity, and it displaces coal, fuel oil, natural gas, and nuclear as an energy source. It has been proven time and again to be way below the state standards and the federal standards for toxicity. I'm going to have to take a look at any studies that anybody references here today to see if that has changed. If it has changed, we'll revisit the additional capacity.
And will you pass the mic to Jim, please?
Thanks. And I think if I stand this way, I can speak all night because I'll never see the stop sign. In terms of the HERC facility, I'm vaguely aware of it. I'm not knowledgeable about it, but here's what I think. I think as a county, we should be sharing the pain of whatever kind of technology we're using. So if at this point we have this much pollutants coming into our community and we need more, then we should be building another facility somewhere else that's not in Minneapolis, it's in the county that can handle the kind of additional waste that we need to be talking about. So that's my position. Thanks.
And please pass it to Jackie. Thank you.
Thank you. Hennepin County has a program and has a plan for waste to energy and for how they deal with energy and how they deal with our recycling. And I support the plan that Hennepin County has put together. The fact of the matter is we are increasing our recycling in Minneapolis. We've expanded to be single sort recycling citywide now, and that's a wonderful, wonderful first step. And we're all recycling a lot more. But the fact of the matter is everybody in this room knows you got stuff that you can't get rid of. And it's got to go somewhere. And it's either going to get burned or it's going to go into a landfill. And you got to deal with that, and that's the reality. We can aim to be zero waste, but the fact of the matter is everybody in this room's got extra stuff that they got to get rid of. And so I support looking at whether or not we should increase the burning there. It does produce energy, as Mark talked about, and I think that's an important asset in our community. I also would beg to differ. I would love to see some of the studies that were referenced here today because that's not my understanding of the latest research on the HERC.
Thank you.